Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Alex Thomas here, back with another video for you guys. Today, I'm giving you guys just a random video. I'm going to give you guys my top 5 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies that I own in my collection. I just watched his documentary on Netflix called Arnold. It's a 3-part miniseries on Netflix. It just came out, I think, last week. And I really enjoyed it. And it gave me inspiration to talk about him and talk about some of my favorite films from him. And also I got inspired by Huck. If you guys have not subscribed to Huck, definitely go check him out. He did a top 5 Michael J. Fox list because he just watched his documentary. So I got kind of inspired by him. But I did want to just go ahead and make this video because Arnold Schwarzenegger is one of my favorite actors. He's not a great actor, but he's one of my favorites. Obviously I love most of his movies. And I did want to talk about him and, you know, give him some praise because, you know, as a kid, I thought Arnold Schwarzenegger was one of the coolest guys on screen. So I did want to go ahead and talk about some of my favorite films. I'm only going to pick 5. And some of you guys probably going to know what some of these movies are. But I'm just going to go ahead and just talk about them, give you guys my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that like button. Please subscribe for more. In the comment section below, let me know what your guys' favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movies are. If you guys have seen all his movies, let me know what is your favorite. And let's get into this video, you guys. Let's get it. Let's go. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and throw in an honorable mention, just one honorable mention. And, of course, I got to talk about Commando. Oh, my God. This movie was freaking insane. This is 80s cheese. Straight 80s cheese. Arnold, like, basically taking out every single guy in this movie, not getting a scratch on him. Obviously towards the end of the movie. But yeah, he's just a straight monster, super strong. Like in the beginning of the movie, he's carrying this giant log. Like he just looks so freaking massive while carrying this log. And if you guys have not seen Commando, definitely check it out. It's about I guess he's like a secret agent, or he was like a spy or something, or he's like in the military. He's retired. He's trying to live his life with his daughter, but somehow the men he used to work with are getting killed, and you know. The people come to get him, and he says, oh, you know, you might want to look out, some of your friends are dying, so you might be next. And he kind of gets scooped into this mission. His daughter gets kidnapped, and he's tried to save his daughter. So that's the whole thing with this movie. It's so weird because in the documentary, they didn't really talk about every single movie. They talked about some of his big ones, and they talked about how him and Stallone were like in like a battle with who can have the bigger movie. And I guess he made Rambo, and then he made Commando. So I just love that, you know, in the documentary they talk about certain things. The documentary was pretty good. Stallone was in it, James Cameron was in it, Jamie Lee Curtis was in it, Danny DeVito. The documentary to me was pretty good, and maybe I'm just a little biased, but yeah, just had to throw in an honorable mention, and of course that is Commando. Now let's go ahead and get into my top 5 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Start with number 5, and that is Twins. I freaking love this movie. And like I said, maybe I'm a little biased. Obviously, I love Schwarzenegger. I love Danny DeVito. But also, I'm an identical twin as well. And I thought this movie was hilarious. Directed by Ivan Reitman. He was also in the documentary as well. They did talk about this film. And I thought this movie was hilarious. Arnold and comedy work so well. It's because he's this big hulking man, so you would not expect him to be funny, but he is really funny in this movie. Him and Danny DeVito have great chemistry as, you know, they're playing twins, and I love this movie, man. I do. Arnold's like this fish out of water, you know, guy, because he's been stuck on this island his whole life, and he finds out he has a twin brother, and he wants to go find him because he feels like something is wrong, and he goes to LA, and he's just like, he's immersed by this world he's never known before, and it's just so great. He has a line in the documentary about this character. He says he feels mostly like this character, and yeah, I can definitely see that. That's why I think he was so great as in this movie. So yeah, shout out to Shout Factory. This is on their Shout Select line for releasing this. This is one of the movies I've been wanting to upgrade for a really long time, and they finally released it. So yeah, my number 5 is Twins. Now my number 4, of course, you guys know this had to be on the list, and of course that is The Terminator. I'll be back. Yeah, this movie is great. James Cameron. You got Michael Biehn, Linda Hamilton. Of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And the story of this movie is hilarious as well, because it wasn't going to be Arnold playing the Terminator. It was supposed to be O.J. Simpson was supposed to play Terminator, and he was actually going to play Reese. And James Cameron met up with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was like talking about how the Terminator should be, and James Cameron was like, you know what? You should be the Terminator. And he didn't want to do it because he didn't want to be stuck as this character actor, and he only had a certain amount of lines. He was trying to become a better actor, but James Cameron convinced him, like, no, we're gonna make this work. And he does. He freaking nails it as the Terminator. He's so like menacing, and like he's a killing machine. He really is. Like, his one mission is to take out Sarah Connor, and that is his mission, and he goes all in. Nothing is going to stop him from perceiving that mission. And yeah, shout out to James Cameron. This movie is awesome. Like I said, this is another movie that is straight 80s. Like, everything about it is 80s, but it still holds up. I love this movie. So yeah, number 4 is The Terminator. My number 3 is Total Recall. I freaking love this movie, directed by Paul Verhoeven. And yeah, this movie is awesome. This is like straight sci-fi. If you cannot think of sci-fi, when you talk about aliens, mutants, like the future, like, man, this movie is straight future. I'm a little upset in the documentary they didn't talk about this movie, because if I'm not mistaken, I think Arnold wanted to do this movie so bad that he actually put up some of his own money to get this movie made. And you can definitely tell, because he really feels like he's really playing a really good character in this movie. This movie is about Douglas Quaid. Like I said, he finds out that his life wasn't what he thought it was. He goes to this recall place because he wants to go to Mars. He saw his infatuated with Mars, and then it turns out that his life was involved with Mars. Like, he had a lot of stuff going on in Mars. And I love this movie because it's one of those type of movies, like, do you really believe it? Did it really happen? And by the end of it, like, you have to question yourself, like, did this really happen? And I love this movie. This movie is awesome. The practical effects, how gory, how graphic it is. Like, when people get shot or hit, you actually feel like them getting hit and shot. Shout out to Paul Verhoeven for directing this movie. He's great. Sharon Stone is great. Arnold's great. Ronnie Cox is great in this movie. Yeah, Michael Ironside is really good in this movie as well. Yeah, I mean, this movie is awesome. I love this steelbook, by the way, as well. Like, if you guys have not seen the steelbook, it is awesome. I love it. And yeah, my number 3 is Total Recall. Now, my number 2, these are basically like kind of flip-flop. Like, I can like pick one of these, could be number 1 or number 2. I'm gonna go with number 2 right now. And of course, it is only out on DVD. You guys already know what it is, and that is True Lies. Man, this movie is freaking awesome. Also directed by James Cameron. And there's a funny story about this movie as well, is that when Last Action Hero came out, he was like really depressed. He was really upset that Last Action Hero didn't do what he thought it would do. So he saw this short film that was like based off of this, hit up James Cameron like, dude, you have to watch this movie. We should make a movie about this. And it was this movie. And yeah, this movie is awesome. If you guys have not seen True Lies, this is like James Cameron doing James Bond with Arnold. Like, that's basically what this movie is. Arnold is this secret agent living 2 lives. His family doesn't know he's a secret agent. He's like hiding his whole life from his family, but he's going out here saving the world, and his wife and his kids doesn't know. It has Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie as well, and she actually looks really good in this movie. Yeah, it's funny because I loved what she says in the movie, in the documentary, which she hears that James Cameron calls her and was like, yo, I got a movie that I wrote for you and Arnold. And she's looking like, wait, what? And yeah, she said this movie changed her life. I don't think this was the first thing I saw her in. Of course, the first thing I saw her in was Halloween. But every time I watched it, I was, oh, that's Laurie Strode. That's Laurie Strode from Halloween. And this movie is awesome. Arnold straight kicks ass, man. I swear, the third act to this movie, it's like 2 third acts in this movie, and it's fucking awesome. This is a great movie. I can't keep saying it. This movie is awesome. This movie is straight awesome. And James Cameron, where's my Blu-ray at? I need the Blu-ray, please. I don't know how many times we have to keep begging. Like, I need films at home. Somebody, please, just message the studio. We need this 4K. We need it. Or we need a Blu-ray. We need it. I want it. So yeah, my number 2 is True Lies. Obviously, you guys already know what my number 1 is. And of course, that is Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Hasta la vista, baby. Yes, sir. Terminator 2 Judgment Day, to me, is one of the greatest action films ever made. One of the greatest sequels ever made. Yeah, this movie is freaking awesome. Of course, the steelbook is awesome. You guys already know about this gorgeous looking steelbook. Ooh, almost dropped it. But yeah, this movie is awesome. This movie literally took the concept of the first Terminator and made it better, made it bigger. This is another movie that Arnold didn't know he really wanted to do, because he was, obviously he's the good guy, but also he found out he's not gonna kill anybody, because in the movie John Connor makes him swear not to kill anyone. So he was kind of iffy, like, do I really want to do this? Because I'm a killing machine that doesn't kill. And he says to James Cameron, can I at least shoot him in the leg? And he said, yeah, you can do that. And he ended up, in the movie, he ends up shooting guys in the legs. And so he at least wanted to shoot a gun. That's why he wanted to do that. But this movie is straight awesome. The action, the special effects still hold up to this day. This movie came out in 1991. The highest grossing movie, one of the highest grossing movie of 1991. And this movie still holds up. It holds up today. The story, the characters, the writing, the special effects, the action sequences, man. The third act to this movie where they're in Cyberknight. Oh my God. I get goosebumps thinking about it. I can literally rewatch this movie over and over and over and over again. And Schwarzenegger is badass in it. He is straight badass. And this is probably his best performance. I don't care what nobody say. This is probably his best performance of all time. This is probably his biggest movie of all time. And it's great. It's awesome. It's awesome. So yeah, my number 1, of course, is Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And that does it for my top 5 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies in my Blu-ray collection. Let me know what your guys' top 5 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies are in the comment section below. Let me know if you guys are going to check out the Arnold documentary on Netflix in the comment section below. If you guys have checked it out, let me know what you guys' thoughts on it. I thought it was really good. I gave it a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Maybe I'm a little biased because I love Arnold Schwarzenegger and I love most of his movies, so maybe I'm a little biased. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, please subscribe for more, and I'm on this one, you guys. Peace out.